Good day, everyone. Alice here from Sophie Financial Network. Today is June 2nd, 2023. Here is the weekly analysis, weekly edition. I come up with analysis just a bit earlier than usual time, just because I'm heading to vacation, weekend vacation, and I won't be available to update you with the weekly analysis. So that's why I come up with this analysis just a bit earlier, 3 hours before the end of the session. But I think that should be fine. Like nothing is going to change. Um, Hopefully, nothing would be changed for the next 2-3 hours. Starting with S&P 500 weekly chart. So we had a pretty nice uptick candle for the weekly chart. Still, I'm looking for kind of like a topping formation. I believe this topping formation has been done for Nasdaq, but S&P 500, Russell, and Dow Jones, they could be different scenarios. As I said, we're just talking about the divergence in different stocks and indexes. So I believe Nasdaq is the first one reach the top, and this is kind of like not the top, like very, very specific pivotal point. You should just say this top information is going to be rounding top, which you can get a higher high, but the cycle wise we are getting into is very, very dangerous. So I should say everyone needs to be careful and cautious, especially for this summer rally. It's going to be a volatile. We will see a lot of choppiness for different indexes and also different stocks as well. So stochastic momentum, we are in a overbought condition. We didn't get still a bear reversal, but again, we are just getting close to the August top here. We should just be careful about this. Today, we got NFP number. The job report was substantially high, but it's not the end of the story. So there were kind of like a good news and bad news with NFP. The good news is the layoffs and also the salaries actually are cooled down. So that's going to give a Federal Reserve green light. At least the inflation is coming down with the salaries and with the employee income. But at the same time, we will have a good, solid job report, 339,000 for months of May, which beat the expectation and also previous month as well. So May was an absolutely rock star for this year so far. So I'm moving on to daily chart. So daily chart right now, market is at a 58 point to the upside. We are getting to 42.82, which is kind of like interesting to see if this level holds up pretty well for the months of June. Because as I said, 4,200 is going to be a pivotal for the market. If it stays there, if we stay there like above a 4,200 for the months of June, that would be definitely bullish scenario. If you haven't watched my monthly analysis, make sure watch the monthly analysis, and you will figure why I'm talking about 4,200. But we need to close monthly candle above 4,200. Right now we are at June 2nd, so we have another 27 days to go. So just be patient. This is not going to be the end of the story. If we see closing monthly closing above a 4,200, definitely bullish signal. Any pullback could be a buying opportunity. But if we see something like May 2008, which I was warning everyone in that specific video, then this could be just a selling opportunity, and just make sure that I take the profit. So right now it is very, very confusing. I'm talking about the bear scenario, bull scenario, so you figure out what works for you. If you're overloaded with tons of stocks, to make sure that just to provide like a cash allocation. Still, for investment perspective, market is doing well, so you don't need to sell, but you need to just increase your cash allocations, as I'm just doing right now. For any dip, a potential recession, or any significant dip, that could be a buying opportunity. So always you need to have that cash allocation. Stochastic wise, we are again getting back to the overbought condition. For the RSI wise, we are just breaking through this resistance area. So let's see if it closes daily basis as well. If we get to overbought conditions, so that would be kind of like a significant top for the market, especially I should say 78% on the RSI is kind of like important level, as I just mentioned here. Right now, market just doing well for now, but we are getting close to the August top pivot. And that is very, very important for the market to see how market is going to react. I assume probably we just go above August top, stop hunting these people, and then coming back down sharply to this area. So this is my assumption. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen, but if it happens, I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. And that's going to be for another leg up if it gets to a lower high, or if it gets to the higher high. That would be the topping scenario for me for the months of July to September. So I'm still looking for a summer rally. I don't know if this rally is going to be substantial higher than this pivot, or it could be just the lower high. But to be honest, I kind of like a surprised with this movement with the technology, and this is a pretty nice surge to the upside. So I'm kind of like surprised. I expected more choppiness going to the downside for the next leg up, but this didn't happen. So as I said, we are not forecasting, we are just going with the chart, and we are just following the market. Moving on to some, not some actually, going to the index, Nasdaq. So moving on to the weekly chart for the Nasdaq. Weekly chart for the Nasdaq, pretty good, a solid week for the Nasdaq. Another follow through. We didn't get a doji yet, but we are getting close to March pivot, which is kind of like the first lower high, the first lower high in this downside movement. So we got kind of like 1, 2, 3. We didn't get the fourth one. So basically, based on the cycle progression, we get the fourth one. But seems like this is 1, 2, 3, and 4 is forming here. I was looking for, to be honest, another fourth one for a significant top bottom for a nice rally. But seems like this is the fourth one for now, and we take it for now. But Nasdaq, we need to see the weekly candle is gonna close today, and it's pretty bullish, to be honest. It just go above 61.8 Fibonacci level. So if you just ask me, here's the 61.8 Fibonacci level. We are getting back to tricky, critical, important level here. So this is between 69 and 78%. 69, I know, you know the number. This is a magical number, interesting number. But 78%, that's going to be a kind of like an important Fibonacci level for the reversal. So that level is going to be 14,800 to 15,400. So this level could be kind of like a reversal for Nasdaq, and it could be very, very ugly, to be honest, because that 78%, don't get me wrong, it's going to be very, very interesting to see. And also, we are just seeing, not seeing yet for kind of like a divergence. But if you see a divergence, that would be pretty nice to just book our profit. Right now, it is just a stochastic. Look at the momentum. Momentum is pretty upward. It's getting to 92%. This is absolutely hype, I should say. We are getting back to weekly momentum RSI, to the overbought condition. And every single time, even during bull market, when we get to this level, we should be careful about this, just because here's the previous top, correction, previous top, sell off, and right now we are just getting back here to another top information for the Nasdaq. But price action doesn't show us yet. We need to see a nice reversal in a weekly chart. When we see a nice reversal in a weekly chart, just take it as like a reversal is coming and dark day is coming for the Nasdaq. Excuse me for apologies for the technical issue that happened for my previous broker. So it goes to the maintenance. I don't know what time of maintenance they're just talking about, but we're moving on to the Dow Jones. Dow Jones perfectly going up. So this is the level that I was looking for, and we just got about this. So substantial level is broken up to the upside. So this is the cycle that I was talking about. Early this year, and we are just getting into a nice rally to the upside. So this is just the beginning for the Dow Jones. I should say this is a daily chart. If you ask me, Dow Jones is going to be outperformer if we get a close above this level. So look at that. So this is going to be very, very tricky, but this is kind of like a big reverse head and shoulder, which is about to trigger. And also this is kind of like a bull flag. And this one breaking out to the upside. So I should say Dow Jones is getting back to the bullish momentum, and it's going to be outperformer for the rest of the year, probably even 2023. So you will see a Dow Jones new all-time high, but this is pretty nice price action. Lots of money actually piling into defensive stocks and banking sectors. We will get back to those ones, but banking sectors are going to boost Dow Jones and Russell 2000 to the upside as we did today. And moving on to the yield, just the uptick. And we expect that this one, kind of like a dead cat bounce. It can go still higher above this pivot, but I'm not sure if it's going to close above this. So 4.70%, that's going to be the top. And possible scenario is going to be something like this. So if it goes higher, if it just ended up to here and then coming down, so that would be pretty bearish signal for the yield. So we will see how it goes. TLT, for sure, when we have yield up, TLT is going to go down. So TLT can still go down here to this level. Again, we need to get a close, reversal, get close above this 103, 104. So that's the level that we need to get close above this to another rally to here to 108. So it doesn't happen yet, but wait for the reversal, because TLT, when yield is coming down, TLT is going to outperform the market like Dow Jones. Gold, substantial move to the downside. So today we just need to stay above here. We shouldn't go below this pivot. If it goes below this pivot, gold can go all the way down to here to this 1890 to 1940. But right now it just smashed down because of the yield. So bond yield is kind of like interesting. When yield is up, TLT is down, gold is down, gold miner is down. When yield is down, TLT is up, gold miner is up, and also gold and precious metals are up. So just make sure that if you're trading gold and gold miners, take a look at TLT, bond yield as well. So bond yield is going to be important, but right now gold just coming down, smashed because of the yield, because of the bond yield. Crude just going up, kind of like have a correlation with bond yield. So when yield is up, crude is up as well. So today we had uptick today, but it doesn't go above this. So we need to go above this pivotal point, which is 74. 74, if we break above 74, we can go all the way up to 78.95. And that's going to be kind of like the choppy formation here for a bull flag. That's going to be the ideal scenario for bulls. But if it doesn't happen, so we can see here is reversal is coming down, again ended up to the lower low. So that's going to be the level for crude, 61 to 63. That's going to be the level for bears. Right now, no man's land. I'm not a bullish or bearish. I'm just looking for a multi-month bottoming formation for crude, but this needs to give us a proper kind of like signal for the crude. VIX smashed today, getting down to the lower low. So yesterday price action, I told you this is the sharpest one at the low. When we see something like this, it means that it's gonna just smash the buyers here. So sure enough, we had or we have red candle here today. So it's going to go down possibly to 12 to 14. That's going to be a play, option play for the VIX. One of the followers just asked, what's the symbol or what's the ticker? That's going to be a VIX. So go to your broker, ask for a VIX for option play. It's going to be the same symbol. Dollar just the strength got a strength to the upside today along with yield. So when dollar is up, so we need to see if this one closed. We have another like a substantial pivot here, which we have a couple of times. So possible scenario is going to be just hitting there and then coming down. I'm not sure if dollar is getting more strength to here as well. Moving on to some technology stocks, Apple just ended up red. So here is the gap up. But 56 cents upside doesn't mean that it's going to be a very, very massive. Yeah, we got above this, but this is kind of like a double top formation for the new all-time high, and this one can go down. Still, I'm not bullish in Apple, to be honest. At this level, it is very, very overstretched, overbought, and it can go significantly to the downside, and it's going to give us a buying opportunity. Amazon, the same. So a doji bar start getting to this gap. So this gap filled, and right now just a doji bar coming down. So last day of the session, so we'll see how it goes. Meta nicely going up. So still this one can go up to 290 to 293. But after that, I'm not sure. So I'm gonna just book some portion of profit here to just make sure that protect my money. Microsoft nicely going up, hitting new top here, new all-time high. Is it new? No, it's not new all-time high. Microsoft new all-time high, but this is kind of like a higher high coming back down doji. So sellers took control here. So this is kind of like the top information from Microsoft. It was struggling here. Right now we are getting back here. So that's why lots of sellers are caught here. They just book their profit and break even, and even coming down to just release this stock, and they don't want to have it anymore. I don't know why they don't want to have it anymore. Yeah, this is not a good scenario for buy, but for those ones who are buying right now here, it's not going to be a good scenario. Any pullback from Microsoft to this area, and this area could be a buying opportunity, I should say. Google, just a nice consolidation here. So nothing wrong with this consolidation. Let it do more consolidation, and we will get back to this one. Actually, I have decent amount of Google stocks in my portfolio. Any pullback could be a buying opportunity. Netflix, 20 cents, 28 cents up. So Netflix is in the resistance area. This is kind of like a decisive moment. Tesla was rocket star. I believe Tesla is heading to 250, 254, 260. So this is the level for Tesla. It's going to go all the way up to fill out this gap. We'll see how it goes, because it closed this pivotal point. It's kind of like a challenging this pivot, which is kind of like this pivot going down to lower low. Right now, we are just forming a nice cup and handle formation. This is kind of like a very, very similar to reverse head and shoulder, or even a bull flag to the upside. Lots of bullish pattern, and also breakout from this dynamic trend line, engulfing this pivot. So right now challenging this area. So we'll see how it goes, but Tesla can go to here as well, I believe. Moving on to semiconductor. Semiconductors are weak. So that's what I'm saying. Nasdaq is forming top information just because this hype is not strong enough. So SMH, in this positive day, when Russell 2000 is more than 2% up, semiconductors are red. So that's not a good sign, basically. SOX, dollar, downside. TSM, just 39 cents up. Again, sellers took control. Look at the type of candle. AMD coming down sharply again. So AMD cannot hold up pretty well. So this is kind of like forming bearish consolidation for the next downside. NVIDIA, this one had a nice move yesterday, but today it doesn't have follow through. Yesterday, I believe it was like a selling opportunity. Right now, still, I'm looking for selling opportunity. Texas Instrument, this one is coming down as well. $1.09 right now. Lam Research coming down $4. 13 cents. Moving on to the banking sector, which is the rock star, and I believe that's going to be the rock star for next at least month or two. So this one, XLF, breaking through to the upside. It boosts up the Dow Jones, boosts up the Russell 2000. If this one close above 33.5, then 33, 34, 34 and a half, it's coming down the road. KBE, which is a large cap bank ETF, look at that. So this one, getting close to this dynamic trend line here. It's going to be interesting to see how it reacts. But look at that, KRE. If you just asked me yesterday or even 2 days, 3 days before, I told you KRE is getting into my attention. And right now, we are just forming a bull flag, breaking out to the upside, nicely close above this dynamic trend line. We need to get above 44. I believe 50 is coming, 53, and then 56. That's going to be the ultimate target, which is going to be a more than 20%, which is going to be a decent gain when all the other stocks are coming down. JP Morgan, a rock star, is going up. As I said, this is my favorite one. This is forming pretty nicely. It can go to new all-time high as well. Goldman Sachs coming up, following up the entire sector. Wells Fargo, this one better than Goldman, actually is coming up as well, so $1.42. Citigroup coming up again, so pretty nice candle, to be honest, 3.83% to the upside, so nothing bad for the banking sector. I believe Citigroup can coming all the way up to here, 33 to 34, that's going to be the target for Citigroup. Moving on to the gold miners, they're just coming down to this previous supply area, just sharply coming down. It can go still to just the lower low, but I believe that's going to be the end for the corrective move. GDXJ, 2%, 2.78% to the downside still. Can just pick up some orders from here. AEM, 74 cents to the downside. NEM, which is kind of like interesting. These two candles, I believe, form the bottom. So we got into this white range bar, nicely recaptured this pivotal point. I believe this is going to be like this. So we'll see how it goes. Franco Nevada is the next. Yeah, $3.16 down. Still, it can go to the lower low. Gold Barrick, this one, bearish around me, but nothing spectacular. Moving on to energy stocks, XLE coming along with crude, and this one needs to go above this. So this is kind of like ending diagonal, needs to close above $81 to get to 83 and then even higher. This gap is going to be filled. So just keep an eye on this. XOP, oil and gas exploration ETF. We are getting close again to this pivotal point or dynamic trend line. We should just be careful about this. OIH, 5% to the upside, breaking through nicely. We can go all the way to $299, $300 stock or ETF. Exxon, 3% to the upside, 2.68. Right now, bulls have control, and buyers actually have control of the market right now. So energy stocks are rocking pretty well, but needs to have a follow through and needs to close. Chevron as well. So this is kind of like interesting. Oxy is going up. My favorite one is REIG. We are just getting above this. We need to close above this. If we close above this, that's going to be $12 stock again by end of this year, I should say. That's going to be interesting to see how it's going to go. Okay, I think I covered everything. If you like this video, please smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and have a good one.